Well, Boydy, another cracking show here at the Lockdown Tactics. We've managed to produce a cracker out the bag for the Mental Health Week. We had, in the football front, we had 2 Champions League winners, the elite level, Boydy. Now we've went away from the football completely, but into boxing, and no better than the current world champion. Welcome to the show, Tyson Fury. Well, Tyson, thanks very much for joining us here on the Lockdown Tactics. It's a pleasure to have you on, but first and foremost, get straight to it. When did you notice? When did you realise that you had mental health issues?
I suppose I had them all my life. From being a little kid, I felt anxious. I would be up and down. I never really understood it though until I got diagnosed in 2016. Until I saw a doctor when I was 27, 28 years old. I thought it was just something that everyone went through, and I didn't understand it. Nobody in my family understood mental health issues. They never understood it. It was just like an alien subject. Coming from the family I come from, to say, oh, I've got this weakness or that weakness is looked upon, I would be considered as like a weak person. So I thought in my mind, so I didn't tell anyone about it. I didn't tell my dad, didn't speak about it, because I thought people laugh at me and stuff like that. Up until 16, until I had a mental breakdown, I had to come out with it. And it was the best and biggest thing I ever did in my life. Open up about my mental health problems, and to see so many others struggling with the same stuff. And I've become a mental health ambassador for it over the years, and for speaking out in public about it so openly. I believe that the sooner you talk about it, the sooner you get help, the sooner you can get well again. And I'm a big believer in communication.
See, in 2015, Tyson, you became world champion, and you came out and spoke about saying, I achieved my goal, becoming world champion. And you thought, where do I go from here? Do you feel as if that triggered it for you?
No, I was mentally unwell going into the fight completely. I didn't care if Klitschko killed me or not. I wasn't bothered. I didn't care if I lived or died. All I wanted to do was just have that fight, and that was it. I was very unwell for a long, long time, many, many years. I still am today. One minute I'm happy, next minute I'm not. I don't think you can defeat mental health problems. I think once you've got them, they're with you forever. But you can maintain and manage them. And that's what I've learned to do over the years.
Tyson, on that, what would you say has been your darkest moment?
Darkest moment is I was on my way to committing suicide once. I talk about it in my book. I got this new Ferrari in 2016. And I got in it one day, and I got up to about 190 mile an hour down this road. I was heading towards the bridge at the bottom. And I was 100% certain that was the day I was going to kill myself. I thought about it for a long time. But never really had that mentality to do it there and then. I thought it was only a matter of time, and I'm heading towards the bridge, and before I hit it, I come with about 100 meters away from it. I heard a voice speak to me, clear as we're speaking today, saying, don't do this. You're going to destroy everybody's lives. You're going to destroy your family's life. Don't do it. And when people say, oh, before you die, you see your life flash in front of you. That didn't happen to me. But only thing I think about was my kids losing a father and growing up like without a father and being left alone in life to struggle by themselves. And I immediately pulled over, and that was my turning point in get help, because I knew I couldn't do it on my own anymore. I needed medical help, and I went and got help, and I was getting better every day from then on.
On that, Tyson, how big an influence, and how the structure around you, your wife, Paris, your kids, the whole structure, how big an impact did that have in you? Sorry.
It had a big impact, and it still does today, but there's a point in life where nothing matters. You can be in that deep of a dark hole where your wife, your kids, your family, nothing matters. You just want to die. And I've been to that place. And that's the lowest point in life where you can go. You wake up on a daily basis and you wish you'd never woke up. And you don't see a point in living anymore, and every day is grey, even when it's sun shining. And you're just praying for death. I've been there. Been there so long. And that's the breaking point. That's when you know you're at rock bottom, and the only place you can go from that point is up. That's for sure. But I was in denial for a long, long time. I wouldn't believe that I had problems. I didn't let myself believe that I was mentally unwell.
Tyson, see on
until
that.
I come to grips with it in 2016.
See on that, Tyson, did you feel as if the drugs and the drinks, you were masking it, using them to cover it up?
100%. I'd go out and get smashed out my face because I didn't think about the problems I had, the mental health problems while you're drunk. You know, you can go out and you can have all the worries in the world, but 7 or 8 pints of beer later, you're not bothered, are you? You don't care about all stuff because while you're in that moment, you don't care about what's going on in your life. But as soon as you wake up the next day, it's 10 times worse. You're in a deeper, dark hole. And it masks it.
Tyson, you spoke about, you know, their sort of drink, drugs. People have got different, you know, things that they take to try and, you know, mask the problem. But what sort of advice would you give to, you know, people struggling with mental health, and which sort of, you know, avenues or support networks would you advise them to have?
You know, your family, friends, most importantly, you need the support of those people. And you also need to seek medical advice immediately. Because if I'd have went and seen a doctor 10 years before I did, then I probably wouldn't have had to struggle with this my whole life. I'd have probably been able to manage it better than I did ever, like I'm doing today, back then. So as soon as you go and see a doctor and speak to them and take their advice, you know, that's the best thing you can do. You know, and after you've done that, then you can consult your family and friends. But unless your family and your friends are willing to understand what you're going through, see, my family and friends didn't. They thought I was an attention seeker, and they thought I didn't know what was up with me because they had no education on the matter. So yeah, you need to.
Tyson, see on that. That's one thing. That's one thing that we're looking at right now with the charity as well. That in terms of people, you know, you said there about you opening up and speaking, but how important is it that people understand what people who might be struggling are going through and able to help them that way?
Well, I think Tyson's his phone's frozen there, or he's probably just got wind of the next question we've got coming next. Boydy, where are you waiting? Boydy. Oh, no danger.
I was ready for him. I was going to offer him a square go at Gretna Green, halfway, square go, Gretna Green, and he disappeared. It's incredible.
Boydy.
Incredible.
Boydy, listen, you and him are the exact same weight now. The two of you are about 18, 19 stone, big man. That lockdown's got a grip of you. Oh no, man.
Seriously, Snods. Square go at Gretna Green. I was ready for him there. I was ready. Big man's disappeared. Tell you what a sight this is for the viewers. No, listen, Snoddy, that was just a little bit of you know, light heart stuff. But wow, that was incredible. Some of the things he was speaking about there, incredible. No,
brilliant, boy. The you know, just to get off the back of some of the things he said, is you know, he spoke about having the routine, the structure. He didn't care if he lived or died. We get into the Klitschko fight. It's, you know, it's so refreshing for him to be so open. For his stature, Boydy, to be so open. First of all, for him to actually come on and open up about it, but to go in depth like that.
Oh, I know, but I mean, to mention, you know, he didn't care if he won or not. He wouldn't care if he killed him that night. And then he actually go and win the world title. Unbelievable. It just shows you. But no, listen, fair play to him for coming on. I know we had a little bit of technical difficulties there, but even the short period of time we had, I'm sure that will make a big difference to a lot of people's life. And once again, you're produced, Snoddy. Well done. You must know some people down there in London, mate.
Do you know what, Boy? They see when he spoke about having the structure and the routine, and he found a higher power. I know he speaks about, you know, opening up to God, and he is get, you know, somebody that he, you know, wants to, you know, have his like his circles and the people he spoke about that he have, you know, around about him that there when we were just going to go in depth for that, and obviously the technical difficulties happened. But it's very important, Boydie, in Mental Health Week right now that, you know, a lot of people do find somebody. It might be, you know, family, friends, work, colleagues, anybody. You know, if you're struggling, reach out. It's a massive week this week, and it might be a chance for, you know, to get a pathway to open up to actually, this could be the pathway to save somebody's life.
Oh, 100%. There's no doubt about that. And I think for me, the big thing would be that, you know, if somebody does open up and come from it, listen to what they've got to say. You might not be that person that can help them there and then, but go and speak to someone else. I'm sure if you do that, then we can make the world a better place. But, you know, once again, fantastic that he took the time out to come on and speak about it. And once again, it shows you, you know, the amount of people that will relate to, you know, a world heavyweight champion boxer who's suffered with. So it can get anyone. So you know, for me, it was refreshing to hear the way he went about it, what he does. And I think you only need to even follow him on Instagram, and that you can tell that his routine, his fitness, he gets up, he gets on with his day. He needs that. He needs that in his life. And but brilliant just to hear some of the stories there, and hopefully once again that'll help a lot of people. So it's a wee short one, but I'm sure it'll have a big impact on a lot of people's lives.
You're right, Boydie. That was powerful and inspirational. And the biggest thing right now is, Boydie, I need to tell you, my phone is red hot for everybody wanting you to get that dressing gown off. And let the lockdown see your six pack.
Days for six pack are long gone, Fred.
Yeah.
I think what I will say is, though, mate, it's only fair that we do the full booner. Let's have it.
Go on, yourself. This is fucking big man. Come on. 3 weeks, I'm back in Bravo.
Yeah. If Reebok want to sponsor us before I get in the ring, feel free to give us a call, mate. But now, listen, all joking aside, fantastic 15 minutes. The start, brilliant. Little bit of light-hearted stuff to finish with. But once again, from everybody to Lockdown Tactics, stay safe.
Stay safe.